What's up, guys? It's Austin from Yugioh Theory. I'm here with my friend Kyle. This is his Pendulum Magician deck. So people were asking for the Pendulum Magician, so here they are. This deck is actually like really competitive, and how he has it built is actually like the competitive version. So you can take this deck and like build it yourself and go play competitively. How much did this deck cost you roughly?
$70?
$70. So for $70, you can get a pretty much competitive deck, super consistent, super high ceiling. It's like really ridiculous the type of things this deck can do. So I'll just let him give you guys the deck profile, and I'm just going to stand here and be quiet.
Yeah, so like you said, it's a really good deck. Stupid amount of search power. Draw if you're using the spellbook engine like I do. But so first I run 3 harmonizing magicians. What these guys do is when they're pendulum summoned, they allow you to bring out a dark spellcaster type monster from your deck in defense position, which is pretty much an instant synchro summon into whatever you want. I run 3 Skullcrabat Jokers. Whenever they're normal summoned, they let you search for pretty much any magician in the deck. It's pretty stupid. Double Iris. Its pendulum effect is whenever you have a magician in the other scale. Not even in the other scale. You can pop it and double any battle damage you do. And whenever he's destroyed, you get to search for a pendulum graph card, which gives you a lot of search power. And then purple poison. Similar effect to double iris in that you pop it and give one monster 1,200 attack points. And when it's popped, you search your deck for... No, you pop one monster. Oops. Wisdom Eye is one of the bigger combo guys of the deck, because if you have another magician in the scale, you can pop him and then switch him out for another monster in the deck, which I personally usually go for Oath Dragon, because you can put him back in your hand and then pendulum summon for even more monsters. But Astrograph, because pretty big monster, 2,500. And whenever a card you destroy, card you control is destroyed, you can special summon him from your hand, which is pretty great. Odd Eyes, because pretty easy monster, it fits in the scales. And its pendulum effect is pretty nice. You get to search for a pendulum monster if you don't really like your scales. 1 Black Fang and 1 White Wing, just more or less for the Magician proc. Oath Dragon for his pendulum effect, which I already talked about. 2 Ghost Ogres, because pretty great hand trap. And Spellbook Magician of Prophecy. This guy is pretty great. If you run the Spellbook engine like I do, he searches Spellbook of Knowledge and Spellbook of Secrets. Spellbook of Knowledge lets you destroy 1 magician, a spellcaster type monster, and draw 2 cards, which is a +2, and it's amazing. Like, you always want to try to get that out as soon as possible. Run 3 Wavering Eyes, because its effect's pretty great. Even if you destroy all scales on the field, and even if you destroy your own scales, you get some pretty good stuff. For 1, you inflict 500. For 2, you get to search a pendulum monster. For 3, you banish 1 card in the field. And for 4, you get another Wavering Eyes. So if you're playing against another Pendulum Magician deck, you completely screw them over, and it's really hard to come back from. Pendulum Call. you get to discard one card and search 2 magician monsters, which sounds like it's broken, but since most of the magician monsters' pendulum effects is that they destroy themselves, they made it to where this card makes it to where you can't destroy any cards you control. So you have to make sure you don't screw yourself over by activating this and then not being able to follow through with any other combos. Star pendulum graph. You search for whenever a card you control leaves the field. You get to search for a magician pendulum monster, which is pretty nice. And Duelist Alliance. Duelist Alliance is pretty good. I might end up running 2 of it at one point, because all you're allowed to search if you put them on your scales is pendulum cards. But the nice thing about that is because Double Iris is always referred to as a pendulum dragon. So you can search him, you can search your pendulum graphs. Pretty sure that's about it. For traps, Solemn Warning, Solemn Strike, just to break through any other combos that your opponent's doing. And 2 time pendulum graphs. And time pendulum graph is you get to pop 1 magician monster you control from either your scales or the field, and pop 1 card your opponent controls. And that's really disruptive, since it's also a trap card. So it's pretty nice. That's it for the main deck. For the extra deck, I run Time Star. He's almost always the go-to for your XYZ. Whenever you XYZ summon him, you can detach to search for 1 dark spellcaster type monster from your deck, graveyard, or extra deck, which is more search power, which is always nice. And if a pendulum monster you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can just throw 1 from your deck to the graveyard. So it keeps your field safe, and that's really nice. Castel, Tornado Dragon, Diamond Dire, they're pretty basic staples. Supreme King Dark Rebellion Dragon. He is really helpful when getting big monsters off the field, because he changes their attack to 0. So that's just pretty great. Baguska, the Terribly Tired Tapir. This guy isn't really aggressive, because his whole thing is you special summon him in defense position, and then you change all of your opponent's monsters into defense position and negate their effects. So say you didn't really get a good hand and you can't start spamming monsters, you can buy yourself a turn or 2 with this guy, and that's really helpful. Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon. He halves your opponent's attack during battle phase, which is pretty great, and he gains that attack, so he's really strong. Abyss Dweller, another staple. And Big Eye. You can decide whether or not you want to run him. I do, because I run Astrograph and Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon, and they're all level 7, and he's just a really good card, because you get to take your opponent's monster. That's it for the XYZs. I run Ignister. Ignister, his second effect doesn't really help with this deck, but his first effect is that you can target one pendulum monster on the field and one card in the pendulum zone, or one card in the pendulum zone, and destroy it. And if you do, shuffle one card into the deck. That's really good because it doesn't destroy. It sends back to the... It shovels into the deck, which is great when dealing with a lot of monsters. Enlightenment Paladin. He gets your combos back because he puts one spell card from your graveyard to your hand, which helps you keep going with your combos. And when this card destroys an opponent's monster, you deal damage to them equal to their monster's attack, which is good if you're fighting like a defense position monster, or you just used Baguska. I run 2 Supreme King Clearwing Dragon. This guy is pretty great. Whenever he's special summoned, he pretty much Regekis. He destroys all monsters your opponents control. Well, face-up monsters. And he has the same second effect as Enlightenment Paladin, to where he does damage to your opponent equal to their opponent's attack. And I run a Proxy Dragon and a Decode Togger to open up extra deck space. And that's about it. This is a pretty fun deck. Cheap.
Okay guys, if you enjoyed the deck profile, please like and subscribe. We really appreciate it, and I'd like to thank Kyle for showing you guys his deck. So if you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe like I just said. And if you're interested in winning a Ghost Ogre, we're having a giveaway for this Ghost Ogre. Just go to the giveaway video, like and subscribe, and comment in that video's description "done," or not in the comments. I mean, just comment "done." And you'll automatically be entered to win this Ghost Ogre, and I'll be giving it away whenever I get 200 subscribers. But anyway, guys, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.